5.5, inequalities in two triangles. There's two theorems, and we're going to apply those two theorems. That's all we're doing. So we're going to do 5 or 6 examples, and then you'll do your Math Excel. And again, I expect 100% on it to get 100% of the points, and I only assign like 5 of them.
You do it till you get it right.
Right. I do it till you're right. So we have the hinge theorem. The hinge theorem says, I need a pen, if two sides of one triangle are congruent, my brain went blank, to two, guess what? Sides of another triangle, and the included angle, what does included angle mean?
One in between.
The one that's made from those two sides, right? Are not congruent, then the longer
long third side wouldn't
the longer third side is opposite the
would it make more
largest.
sense if it was the long third side
longer.
than the long third side?
No,
Longer.
then the longer third side is opposite the largest
Mine are both.
included angle. Okay, so what that means basically is if I tell you that YWX is bigger, so it's 70, it's bigger than CAB, which is 30, which side is longer? YX would be longer than CB. That's what this says. If these two sides are congruent, see the two sides are congruent? Everyone see that?
Yeah.
This angle is bigger than that angle, so that means this side is bigger than this one. That's what it means.
Did you just
Similar
write
to
70?
the one yesterday. Remember yesterday, the largest angle, largest side, same thing. Okay, so let's use it. It says write an inequality describing the range of x.
So wouldn't you do like,
Okay,
I guess put 75 equals 2x plus 3?
well no, because this is 75 is the angle and 2x plus 3 is the side, so those don't equal. Okay, but what do I know? I have this side
Yeah.
is congruent to here, and this is congruent to here.
Yeah.
So the relationship between 2x plus 3 and 15 is what?
Equal.
Not equal.
Because the KF is bigger.
KF is bigger. Didn't I say bigger?
Yes.
So the relationship is greater than.
So we don't actually have to solve that?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, man.
How do you solve
Okay,
that?
then you
start
subtract
getting
3.
there. We solved, okay.
Yeah.
Why do we know that 2x plus 3 is bigger than 15?
Because 75 is bigger.
Because 75 is bigger than 60. So I solved this problem exactly like if it was equal, unless I'm multiplying and dividing by a negative, then I switch the sign. So if this was an equal, what would you do first?
Subtract 3.
Minus the 3. So 2x is greater than 12. Juan, focus.
Divide by 2.
And divide by 2.
So, it'd be-
So x is greater than what?
6.
6. So any x bigger than 6 will work.
So that's the answer.
So on the next one, I see triangle ABC and DEF, and I see that AB is congruent to EF, and BC is congruent to DF. We're all good there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the included angles are 110 and 100, so I have a relationship between 30 and 6x minus 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the relationship?
6x and minus 12 is greater than 30.
I have 100 and 110. Which one's bigger?
Oh,
One.
never mind, the other side's greater.
So 30 is bigger. Now, could it be the other way? Yeah. Could I have written it the other way? Yeah. It's not going to change what I get, is it? So how do I solve this?
Plus
Yeah,
12.
the minus 12.
Nope, I have to add 12. So 42 is greater than 6x,
That would be 7.
and divide by 6. So 7 is greater than x. Now I'm going to tell you in the computer, it is always going to have x, and then you have to put greater than, less than, and then your answer. Okay? So I can't put it in the computer like this, can I? What is the relationship to x to 7? Is x bigger or smaller? Smaller, because it's close to, yes? So I would write it in the computer like x is less than 7. I said 7 is greater than x, or x is less than 7. Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it is not a have to. I know some teachers always tell you to put the x on the left-hand side, always. That doesn't always have to be. But if you want it set up like the computer wants it, just put the x on the left-hand side and you don't have to think about switching it. Make sense? Okay. So now we got the converse. Before we talked about the side and all that, right? So now we're going to do the same thing. So we have if two sides of one triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, and the third side is not congruent, then the larger, my pen is doing so good today. Included angle is opposite the what third side? Longest. So basically this just talked about angles, right? So if I give you the sides are longer, then I know which angle is bigger. That's it. Just the converse. Okay, so it says write the inequality that describes the range. So I know that JL is congruent to PM and JK is congruent to MN. So I know also that LK is bigger than PN, don't I?
Yeah.
So I have 39 and I have 4x minus 25. Which one is bigger?
Well, why do you put
39. Oh,
39 is
Yeah.
bigger, so which, oh, a second. That should have been not 39, it should be what?
75?
75. What did I do? I mixed an angle with a
Why?
side.
That's
Can I
what
miss?
confused me, 'cause I was
Right.
like,
No.
Can I mix an angle with a side?
No.
No, it has to be angle, side. Oops.
so you're doing angles?
Yeah, now we're doing angles. We were doing sides. The converse talks about angles.
So it'd be 75.
So 75 and 4x minus 25. Thanks for catching that one. Okay.
Me?
75
you
would be
did.
bigger
75 is bigger. Why is 75 bigger?
because 39 is bigger. than
Because it's across from the bigger side, the longer side. Everyone see that? So now what do?
So,
Solve. So add 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
And divide by 4. So 25 is greater than x. And how would I write that in the computer?
X is less than.
X is less than 25. I've had a student tell me one time when I said this was the answer, they told me I was wrong. I said, why am I wrong? Because your x isn't on the left, and if your x isn't on the left, you're wrong. Is that true?
No.
Yes.
It's the same
That's
thing.
how we were taught, some of us.
But it's not taught that it's not wrong answer, right? It's just a different way to
Nope,
write it.
that's not right.
Okay, you guys want to try this one on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it.
How do you know which one's greater between the angle, like the
With the
4x?
one that's across from the bigger side.
Okay, so
So it would be 70.
I didn't say no.
Oh,
You didn't
what?
finish your statement.
I'm just doing the angle that's across from the equation and the equation.
Okay, so 3x plus 17 is what to 77? Less than. How do I know it's less than?
Plus 44, 41.
41 is bigger than 32, right? Then you subtracted 17. Got 3x is less than 60. Divide by 3, and you have x is less than
5.
20.
I
Now-
didn't like the other way around.
How?
Did you get 20? Did you get 20 is greater than x?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is 20 greater than x?
I started with
5 times 3 is
77
60.
is greater than.
Yeah, good. But you just said you have this. Aren't these the same statements?
Yeah, but I flipped it around. So
It's fine. Doesn't matter. Does it? Now, guys, I have a question for you. I'm going to ask you real quick. Can x be anything like greater than 25 over here? Be fine?
No. Yeah.
like in a range.
Right, in a range, right? So it can be anything bigger. If it was, I was going to say something and I
If
don't know
it's
if I
like,
want to say.
what if it's 7 billion?
Okay, if it's 7 billion, yeah, it could be, but probably not. Okay, is there ever going to be like, this one is less than, so it's less than 20. Is there ever going to be like, it can't be, it has to also be bigger than this? Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, because I have right here, I have x is less than 20. Does that mean it could be negative 38?
Yeah.
Can I have negative angles?
No.
No, it has to be bigger than what? Like my angle has to be bigger than 0, yes? So I need to figure out what goes over here, don't I? I need a number over here that x has to be bigger than.
One.
So I take this right here, and what does it have to be bigger than?
0.
0.
So that,
So I just set it equal to 0, and I solve.
so that's not the right answer.
No, this is just part of the answer is what I'm getting at. Because if it
Then
says,
why don't you have it on any other one?
because we didn't have that was,
It's going to be 5.
it's, the difference is, this says x is less than 20, yes? And any number less than 20, does that mean I can go to negative infinity? If I write it like that, but can I go to negative infinity?
I'm so confused.
No. Why? Now over here, Carly, look. I didn't over here because it says x is greater than 25. So that can go to positive infinity. Can I have any positive length or any positive
But
angle?
that's a positive too.
No. This says x is less than 20. What are numbers less than 20? Give me a number less than 20.
10, 5, I don't
Keep
know.
going. 10, 5,
7,
7. No. Less than 7.
3,
Less than 3.
2,
Less than 2.
1,
Less than 1.
0,
Less than 0.
negative.
Any negative.
Negative
Can I
0?
have negative angles? That's what I'm asking. Can I have negative angles? No. So the smallest, this has to be bigger than 0. Yes? Okay, my angle cannot be 0, can it? No. So I have to figure out what that is. So I just say bigger than 0. Now I add or subtract 17, right? So I have 3x and negative 17.
It's like 5 point.
But it's
No,
not
I don't care about
negative,
just
so-
listen, please. And then I divide by 3, divide by 3. So x has to be bigger than negative 17 thirds. Okay? 17 thirds, negative 17 thirds is a negative number, but when I put it in the equation, do I get out a negative number?
I'm lost.
No.
What are we talking
Same
about?
with
Okay, we have an answer right here. Do you see this answer? You've all got this answer, yes?
I'm just gonna keep it on.
No,
like that
you've
on
got to
my
get it because you're never going to get through the assignment if you don't.
So
we have to do
Okay.
the second part?
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, we came out, we said that 3x plus 17 is less than 77.
Mhm.
Yes? And when we were done, we have x is less than 20.
Yeah, we got.
Here's our number line. Here's 20. All numbers less than 20 are this way, correct?
Mhm.
Which is negative infinity. Everyone understand?
Yeah, but
No. Listen. When I'm done plugging in x's to this angle right here, can I end up with 0 or a negative angle?
No.
No. So I have to put a break somewhere on my line. I can't go to negative infinity. So the angle, it has to be bigger than 0, yes? So what I do is I take my equation, 3x plus 17, and make it greater than 0 to find that other end.
You always put it greater than?
Yes, because it can't be 0. It can't be less than 0. So then when I do that, I subtracted 17 and I divided by 3. I don't want a fraction. That's what it is. So I get negative 17 thirds
how do you
is
know?
bigger than x. Is less than x, which is less than 20. How do I know when to do this? Right there.
But the other
When
problem,
It's
Yeah,
a
this problem x,
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought x was greater than. Okay, so I looked at it first. We should have done it over here too, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I thought my brain said it was greater than. Okay, so if we do it over here, same thing.
Can we keep
Oh,
going
and then
with
it
it
makes
now,
Okay.
please?
Yeah.
So if I do it over here, you guys have to do it on your assignment.
Do what?
You have to find that breaking point. Anytime x is,
Frick?
listen,
Since when?
She forgot to do it on A.
I forgot to do it on A. My brain was saying x was greater
Do we
than.
do it like these ones up here that we first did?
No, you're good on those. You're good on those. Okay, on this, why do we have to do this? Because I say x is what? Less than. I want to understand that. Because if it's less than, it can go all the way to what?
Okay, so
Negative
we did an
infinity.
assignment together then?
No, we're doing these problems right now. We have 5
I
more
just want
problems.
to get going with the nuts. Can we please keep going?
She's saying if it's less than.
If it's less than, you have to do this step. So
this
right,
one up here is less than.
We don't, I just asked her, she said we don't have to worry about those top ones that we did.
Then why
you
do we-
need to write a note to yourself when we're dealing with angles and x is less than, you need to find the less than point. You have one problem on your assignment that has to have it.
It'll be okay. I'll get through the assignment.
Okay, so we have less than 25, yes?
Yes.
So how are we going to find this breaking point over here? Set this
4x minus 45
greater than 0. So you have 4x is greater than 25.
Negative.
Not-
Or never mind,
It's not negative. And so it's just 25 fourths. Okay? And 25 fourths is a little bit bigger than 5, correct? Okay. So we are going to do this when the x is less than and there's no stopping point on the angles. And when your assignment will say what is the range, and it will have a spot for this answer, and that's when you have to do it.
Will we get all of them? Or
No,
just-
it is one problem. I think it's just one problem.
Like, will all the answers have like a blank right there?
Yes, it will have one blank or two blanks. Okay. So it says write an inequality describing the range. So, looking at x, right? Okay. Well, we've got a couple triangles going on here.
Oh,
We got more than one triangle. So we have AC is congruent to CE, which is congruent to EG, correct? All those are congruent. And so that means when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about 60 and this angle and 36. They all have a relationship. So I need to look at their side lengths. So what are my side lengths associated with those? 21, 18, and 14. So we need to write these in order. Which will be the smallest angle?
14.
14, so the smallest angle will be
36.
36 is less than, which will be the next angle?
18.
18, so across from 18 is
2x
2x
minus 4.
minus 4. And which is the biggest? 60. So how did we decide which one went where? We looked at their side lengths. They all have the congruent sides, so I look at the side length and can write the inequality. Now what I have is a compound inequality, and I need to solve it. I'm going to have a compound answer when I'm done. If I were to cover up this 36, how would you go about solving 2x minus 4 is less than 60? Add 4, okay? What would you do if I covered up to 60? Add 4. So what do you think I'm going to do anyway? Add 4, but I'm going to do it everywhere. So I'm going to add 4, yep, add 4, add 4. So that gives me 40 is less than 2x, which is less than 64. Yeah?
Oh, then you divide it 2.
Now I divide everything by what? 2. So then I have 20 is less than x, which is less than 32. So x has to fall in between what two things? 20 and 32.
And then that's the range.
And that's the range. Because it already had the stopping point.
And then you never change the sign.
Because I didn't divide or multiply by a negative. The only time it's different if it's I'm dividing and multiplying by a negative. Now you have one in there that has like x's and y's in there, so you have to use it for like 2 problems.
The compound ones are actually a lot easier to find the range.
Well, and when you know the other one, like when you've done the other ones for a while, you would put the, after we finish this, I'll go back and, well, no, you asked the question, I'll go back. So like when you've done these a while, where's my thing? Right here.
Literally.
Right here. When you see this right here, that x is going to be less than, we all actually could have just,
Just put it in there right away.
yeah, we could have just put it in right away. That we know it's going to be less than 77, but we know it has to be greater than what? 0.
You could have made it a compound.
I could have made it a compound right away. So anytime the x is going to be less than the number, you know I have a stopping point at 0. So you could make it, so I could have subtracted 17 from both sides.
That would be so much simpler.
Okay, so yes, you can do that. I agree, but I have had the debate many years with many teachers about doing the compound inequalities, and they don't, so I thought I would do it both ways and let you guys decide which one. I think writing the compound inequality makes it much easier.
It does.
Okay, so now I have these. So do I have 2 congruent sides?
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Because of the other
They
one.
share it.
Oh, yes, yes.
They share it, yes. So I have an angle, a side, these are side angle side ones, kind of is what they call them. Okay, so I have a side here, and they share this side, yes?
Uh-huh.
So which one is bigger, 32 or
X.
X is bigger? How do you know that X is bigger?
21.
Because 21.
Because 21 is bigger than 16.
What?
Oh, you wrote yours the other way.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it?
Whoa.
Okay, I have 32 and I have 3x plus 5. Which one is bigger, Juan? 32 or 3x plus 25?
32.
I have 21 across from this one and 16 across from this one. So
How's it 32 bigger than 21?
no,
5 times 3 is
32 is an angle. and 3x plus 5 is an angle. I know which one's bigger because of the sides that they're across from. 16 is across from 32, and 21 is across from 3x. So which one of those is bigger?
21.
21 is bigger than 16, so 3x plus 5 will be greater than 32. And then I do what?
You solve it.
I subtract 5. And divide by 3. So I get 9 is less than x. Or x is what?
X is
Greater than 9. Okay, so do I have two sides congruent here?
Yeah.
So then I know I have 54 and I have 4x.
12's greater.
Okay, so can we do? Are we
They're
gonna?
gonna be the same.
Well, they should be the same because they're vertical angles, but the picture says they're not. Okay.
54 is bigger.
54 is bigger because it is across from 12. I
Can we put
totally
the
get.
0 on
Oh, this one we need a 0 on. Why?
because it's less than.
Right. So do we want to write it the other way?
Yeah.
You guys want to write it 0?
Yeah.
So if you always put your x on the left, it will be set up for this anyway. Okay, so then I add what?
18.
To everything, right? So I get 18 is less than 4x, which is less than 72.
Yeah.
And then divide everything by 4. And so we have 18, not 18 fourths, we gotta reduce, right? What do I reduce 18 fourths to?
4.
No.
How about 9 halves?
18 divided by 4 is 4.
No.
No, 18 divided by 4, it'd be like,
It'd be 4.5.
yeah.
I can't.
Okay.
do fractions.
I just reduced
don't
it. I have 18 and 4. They both 2 goes into both of them. That's all I did. Okay. So is less than x, which is less than 4 goes in there once with 3, so 18. So it is between 4 halves and 18. X is somewhere in that range. Okay. So your assignment is the Math Excel. And I think it is only 5 problems. Now there is A, B, or whatever to some of them, but they still shouldn't take you very long, should they?